Let's jump right into it, man. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Double Talk Show. We have today another episode where we actually it's the last episode where we are standing here in one screen, not sharing, let's say, sharing the stage, but from two different locations. Today we have a special show. We're gonna talk about being your own boss and other things related to business and maybe also money. Gonna start off with Dana White, one of the big bosses, who's gonna tell something about being your own boss. So let's share the screen right away. Let's see. Yes, fair use.
Laugh every time I hear people saying, yeah, I don't like working for other people. So, I want to work for myself because I want to set my own hours. Let me tell you what, when you work for yourself, there's no Christmas, there's no fucking Easter. You're working through all those holidays. Every day something bad happens. Every day there's problems. Every day somebody's trying to fuck you and take what you've built. It's a war. I laugh every time I hear people saying, yeah, I don't like working for other people. So, I want to work for myself because I want to set my own hours. Let me tell you what, when you work for yourself, there's no Christmas, there's no fucking Easter. You're working through all those holidays. Every day something bad happens. Every day there's problems. Every day somebody's trying to fuck you and take what you've built. It's a war.
Hey man, you gonna start it off?
I think that a lot of people glamorize the so entrepreneurship in general, right?
Yes.
And being a business, and what everyone's forgetting is everyone wants to be an entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
But if everyone's a business owner who's in the business, you know,
Yeah.
and what I find disingenuous, I mean, is are people
Mhm.
who say they run a business, they're in your company, they
Mhm.
don't put in the hours and you work in your company, but during your hour, they're doing their business. And then they're calling themselves
Those are the
entrepreneur.
worst. Those are the worst.
They're calling themselves entrepreneur. If you're an entrepreneur, do it on your own time. Take the
Yes.
risk.
Yes.
Don't don't use me as a safety net. If you really want to be about it, then do that. And but yeah, it's tough. It's hard.
Yeah,
And
being your
especially
own
on that
boss.
level. I can't even imagine being responsible for all on that level, the amount of responsibility that you have. It's crazy.
Being your own boss is not easy. Being the boss of other people is definitely not easy. So it's always. I mean, easy is right with regards to the time. I want to set my own hours. Well, actually, you won't be able to set your own hours if you're your own boss. The business will set the hours they'll need you, and you will work until the problems are solved. It's not like you're gonna say I'm gonna work from 11 to 6. That's not how this usually works. You have to probably, if you have, it's even worse actually. If you have people working for you, you probably work more hours before you work less. So yeah, if that's your, let's say, the reason why you're trying to, let's say, stop, be your own boss, I have bad news for you, man. It's not. It doesn't work like that. Well, it doesn't even work like that in a corporate setting. The higher you go in the hierarchy, the more hours you will also spend in the company. So it's not even if you are a, the more important you are to a business, the more time the business expects you to spend on it. That's how it works. It's not different whether you're working for someone or working for yourself. The higher you get in the hierarchy, let's say if you're a CEO, do you think a CEO is gonna wake up at 11 or 12 o'clock and say, I'm gonna work 2 hours a day?
Yeah.
Doesn't work like
I'm gonna
So-
sleep out today.
guys. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. People have a um unrealistic view on certain things. But
Mm.
hey, shout out to Dana White. Definitely true what he said. You're gonna work on Christmas, man. You're gonna be working on Christmas. Well, it's a shame I didn't turn on the banner for that one. But for the next one, I have the banner on. So let's go to the next one. Let's take. Yes, share my screen. Fair use.
This random guy made billions buying cheap companies, and his strategy is stupid simple.
We at Short Capital love partnering in industries where there's much more demand than there is supply. And our formula is if there's much more demand than supply, go and become the supplier of choice.
Justin Ishbia is the founder of Shore Capital, and he buys small mom-and-pop shops between $5 and $100 million in revenue, like autism treatment clinics, bakeries, and exterminators. Instead of taking on lots of debt or cutting staff, he invests in technology, equipment, and leadership to grow his newly acquired businesses. And the results are massive. He's acquired over 1,000 businesses, never lost money on a deal, and now manages over $9 billion in assets. He amassed a net worth of over $5 billion, but he'll forever be Lil Bro to his brother Matt, the CEO of United Wholesale Mortgage. This random guy made billions.
Big family, big bosses.
No, so I didn't understand it. So I didn't get the context entirely. So he build a business for
Yeah,
billions.
they buy companies, mom and pop shops, or mom and pop shops at 5 million. That's not. That's really a mom and pop shop.
That's daddy. That's daddy.
That's daddy shop. Yeah.
Who's your
But
daddy shop?
they buy it up, and basically, their focus is, I think it's merger, M&A,
Acquisition.
M&A, where they are buying companies that are, let's say, leaders in their group, but there's also not a lot of. There's more demand than supply, so that's a.
So they scale it up, basically.
They scale it up.
They come with a
probably,
professional board and a
become the
professional team. Yeah.
preferred company
Yeah,
for that sector.
Are these so you have like angel investors, you have angel investors, you have the what's the other one called when it's a lot of
Series A, Series B investor.
no, there's another name. You have angel investor and you have startups are looking for them. They're either looking for angel investor or another investor.
Angel is early stage. So,
Yeah. And what's next? There's a name I forgot about. Guys, let us know in the comment if you can come up with it. I'm totally blank. I'm drawing a blank here. But
these are like
there's a management. It's I guess it's a management group, right?
Yeah,
they don't only invest, they manage it. They come with their board.
They basically buy the company up, so they become the owners. So this is not investment anymore.
No, that's So, but they buy it. But is it buy to sell or do they keep it?
Usually they keep.
Yeah. So
maybe sometimes. So it depends on the business itself, right? Because what you will see that a lot of M&A companies, they buy it, tune it up, and sometimes they resell it or go to IPO. To IPO it depends on the scale and the company, and depends also on the money it generates. Because they're stripped. In this case, they won't do it, but there are companies that they just buy companies to strip them for parts.
Yeah. All right.
It's all the time. That's how they did Red Lobster.
You can also buy your competition to take them out of business, I would think.
Yes, it depends on. There's different rules relating to that. You can buy them up.
You don't need to do it in an obvious way.
Yes, but you can.
Just put Jay Morrison in it.
Huh? Jay Morrison.
Just put Jay Morrison as the CEO. You're Robin.
There are different ways to do that. Sometimes you're not allowed due to monopoly ruling that you cannot take over a company in its full, and you have to strip it also in parts. I've known certain situations where, let's say, for example, if you're an international business, a multinational, where there is a merger and acquisition situation, certain countries a company can be merged together, but in other countries it won't be because it's too big. So they have to sell some of the parts in order to abide by the local rules. So it's depends on the location. It's all over the place. But yeah, that's it, guys. It's a crazy new world, man. You gotta make money. Let's talk about the stock market. We have this fair use.
Something called investing. Oh,
This started with Papa John's Pizza years ago. He dropped the N-bomb years ago, and the stock of Papa John's plummeted on pure emotion. People are like, oh, it's terrible. People still like the pizza. The fundamentals didn't change. So I just bought the shit out of the stock. 2 days later, it was right back where it was.
Ooh, that's a smart move.
And I call it investing because of that. So I look for these emotional drops in stock. So the other day with the Cracker Barrel thing, it's like no one really gives a shit about the rebranding. So the stock plummeted.
So
I jumped money in 2 days. It wasn't a big hit, but $2,000 in 2 days. I pulled out. It went back down. I'm like, fine. Investing works, people.
It's socially, what you just said was abhorrent, but fiscally wise.
Yes, I'm fiscally racist.
Pretty wise.
I'm very liberal, but I do something called investing.
Oh,
This started with Papa John's Pizza.
Man. Yeah, this is it's a strategy. Hey, why you know who he is, right? Used to be a good friend of Sky Pastel, a comedian.
The comedian that passed away took his own life.
No, Pastel. Totally
White, black
one, the guy that used
Patrice?
to Patrice O'Neal.
Patrice
Yes,
O'Neal.
he used to go to their show all the time. But yeah, I mean, he's it's a way to invest as well, right? We talked about previous show about a guy who was talking about 50% down. I mean, it's probably the only moment where it's 50%.
Yeah. And 50% bro,
So
and profitable. And
profitable.
year, no, but he said the guy we talked about last time said year by year.
Yeah. I mean, year by year, probably it was growing, and then they dropped the N-bomb, and then suddenly it dropped. That never drops 50%, guys. I'm just joking. It's impossible. Might drop 20%. You always see that 20 to 30%, but you won't see a 50% drop in a company that's stable. But yeah, it's a way to do it, and it makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Gotta always find your edge as an investor.
Yeah.
On the stock
If it
market.
works for you, it works for you, man.
If it works, it works. Never.
But then, and his strategy is waiting. He's just looking for a drama, and then he buys.
Yeah,
Basically.
and just buys and just holds.
Yeah.
And then at a certain time, just sell it off. If you do.
With
Little by
500
little.
per finger.
So this. We might have to do more of these, man. That guy was really crushing it. Well, crushing it. He thought he was crushing it. Let's put it that way. Let's go to the next one, man. Triggering versus let me go to this one. Sold my company for $52 million. Fair use.
Sold my business for $52 million. Here's every idea I tried before my big win. 1. At 15, I launched a dropshipping car parts business. We fail, but learn a lot. 2. A rendering firm for architects. I hire a team in the Philippines. Good money, nothing crazy. 3. I pour all my extra money into iPhone app ideas. All fail. 4. Project management software. I raise $100K, drop out of college, move to South America, then St. Louis. I live cheaply to fund it. 5. I find a group in China that can replicate oil paintings perfectly. Upload your face, then get a hand-painted original. Hilarious. 6. New betting concept that allows you to never make your bet again. I meet John on Twitter. We team up. We raise $50K in pre-orders. 7. We pivot our project management software to a team productivity app. MetaLab acquires us. I moved to Canada. Small win. Kicked out of Canada. Unable to get a work visa. Back to St. Louis. 8. John and I have a ton of product ideas, so we form Need Want, a startup studio to crank them out. 9. Paper notebook with a prepaid shipping envelope inside. When you finish the notebook, mail it in. We scan and digitize, then sync to a companion app. 10. We create the original super thin iPhone case and call it Peel. 11. Our original bedding manufacturer takes our money and never delivers. We piece together $100K and relaunch his primary goods using premium linen. 12. Emojis has Halloween masks. We're first to do it Halloween 2014. Goes viral, tons of press. We make $50K in 60 days. That money saves the bedding business. 13. Back to Peel. We do cases for every iPhone and Android generation. I end up owning it for 10 years. years. We do super thin wireless chargers, wallet concept, magnetic notebook, touch tool, and many more products. 14, favorite things of interesting people, media company. It's all affiliate links. 15, short-term rentals. Company goes through a tough period, so I start Airbnb being my loft. It crushes. I tell myself, if I could just find 10 more. 16, I find 10 more. We buy a historic building in downtown St. Louis. I use all the money I have and even sell my car. We convert it into 14 short-term rentals and 9 offices. 17, my second. It's a virtual assistant you can text with. It's all before AI, real humans on the back end. Hard business, we shut down. 18, supplies for Airbnb hosts. Doesn't go anywhere. 19, we buy an e-commerce business and lose $700K. Sue the buyers, total mess, lots of lessons. 20, Shepherd. This is the one. We help small businesses hire amazing remote staff overseas. In 4 years, we're 150 employees in the Philippines, Latin America, and South Africa, and very profitable. I take an offer to sell majority at a $52 million valuation. We later rename it somewhere.com. That's 20 years of building, failing, learning, ups and downs. The lesson? Stay in the game, parlay your wins, and keep building. Comment founder to see what I'm building next.
You see, there is a process. You live, you learn, you iterate, you learn, you go back. It's not one idea that's gonna. I mean, sometimes it does, but in order to become better, it's like a sport. You have to train. You have to become better. You by doing different projects, different with different companies, you become better, and you will find the product market fit much faster. As you can see, he went through a lot of failures, a lot of learnings before he got the company that he sold at 50.
Yeah. But you still need to, I mean, it's risk. So you see that the money that he lost, for example, with the clothing, I think it was with the clothing company at the end, he said 700,000. So at that point, he has more money to play with.
Yes.
But when you start, you don't have a lot of money to play with.
Yeah.
So you need to be more. You need to be more. You need to be careful. You need to be conscious of what you're doing.
Yes. Of course, I'm not saying that you should.
No, I know.
Run in a burning building.
I have 6 failed businesses.
Yes.
I'm 14 failed businesses away from making $1 billion.
I mean, that's a crazy way to make it work. I mean, it's a good thing to fail, though. I'm not gonna lie. Once you fail, you learn a lot. The problem is to be able to evaluate what you've learned and actually take real lessons from it. Because some people fail and just continue making the same mistakes. It's like the same with relationships. They keep falling for the same okie doke. They can't help it. They never learn. It's always someone else's mistake.
Yeah.
It is what it is, but it's the same. You learn and you become better, and then you can sell your company for 52 million or for 2 billion. Like the next person we're gonna talk about is the founder of Poppy and former owner. They sold Poppy Soda for 2 billion, but he has a couple of things to say about action trumping everything. Perius.
One of the best pieces of advice that I've ever gotten was to make a decision, then make it right. If you're anything like me, I let great get in the way of good sometimes, and I'm slow to take action, but I've been trying really hard to just take action, make a decision, and make it right. One of the best pieces of advice that I've ever gotten was to make a decision, then make it right. If you're anything like me, I let great get in the way of good sometimes, and I'm slow to take action, but I've been trying really hard to just take action, make a decision, and make it right.
Sometimes you gotta just take the decision, take the step, take the leap of faith, and you will. You can always iterate. You can learn from that, unless it's a crazy decision. You have to take more time for it. But sometimes you just have to make the decision and continue forward.
Yeah.
Um,
Easier said than done, though.
It's easy said.
Especially if it's your name on the company, then a mistake will
can cost the company.
Yeah.
As
So
well.
like the company made a mistake. It's like,
Depends on the type of decision you need to be making, right? If you the decision is about payroll, should I should I put the payroll money on black so we can pay everyone, or should I invest it or spend it on something on the business?
Yeah.
That's a big decision right there.
it is a big decision.
Don't do like the guys that we did in the previous show where he basically put it all on black and blew 240,000.
Yeah,
Jeez.
yeah. No, it's definitely, it helps.
It does.
And usually when you don't think, you just do a lot. What you do realize, Care, is that a lot of time things are in your head.
Yes.
And you said something to me once that I never thought about. But when you said it, I was like, never thought about it like that. You said that usually when people engage, depending on the type of business and the type of, but sometimes they don't expect it to go smoothly.
Yeah. I know
So-
what you mean.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, as
not smoothly. Smoothly.
Yes.
They sometimes problemless. Sometimes
Yes.
they know
the customers.
the customers.
Customers don't
Yeah.
always expect a smoothness.
Yeah.
Depends on
Depending on what,
yes,
of course. If
but-
you're going to a restaurant, then they
Yes.
do expect it.
Yes.
But if you're going to an accountant or an attorney, depending on the type of business you are, they don't expect it. But when problem arises, it's important to act in
solve
a
it.
way that's
You have to take ownership of the of whatever problem there is. You're there to solve problems, and at the end of the day, a lot of times people sometimes are unrealistic. Some customers will be always unrealistic. You have to understand your customer first of all. But sometimes customers also understand that ish happens. And it's not about the ish happens, because ish always happens. The question is, how are you going to solve the ish? What are you going to take accountability and solve it when it arises? Or are you going to stay in the corner and have someone else either solve the problem or even it become a bigger problem?
Yeah.
It's part of the game.
Yeah.
It depends, of course, in the business, but I mean, even in a I'll give you an example. Even if you have a restaurant, right? If the something happens, so let's say something falls down, the soda can falls down and it sprays all over the place. They expect you to clean it up right away.
Yeah.
And bring a new one.
Yeah. If the food is cold, they
Take accountability and solve it right away. Don't say oh yeah, I can help. So I'm sorry. That's not how it works. So yeah. You have to be accountable and solve problems. Yeah, so action trumps everything at all times. Let's go to the next one, which is a CEO who's going to explain something about AI infrastructure, fair use.
How big will it be? Where will it be? How much money will be need to be deployed on this?
So globally today, we have about 60 gigawatt of data center capacity globally. In our conservative joint assessment, the world needs more than 200 gigawatt, potentially over 300 gigawatt.
Conservative.
Conservatively, yes, both for training and inferencing purposes. Remember, to build a full-blown 1 gigawatt GB300 class data center, we're talking about $40 to $50 billion. 1 gigawatt.
That's one AI data center.
We call this AI factory.
How big will it be?
I got it.
Where will it be? How
Got
much
it.
money will be need to be deployed
Leave
on
it.
this?
Leave it.
So globally today, we have about 60
gigawatts
of data center
of
capacity globally.
capacity globally.
In our conservative joint
conservative
assessment,
joint
the world needs more than
assessment, the world
200
needs more
gigawatt,
than
potentially
200
over 300
gigawatt,
gigawatt.
Potentially over.
Okay. We good.
The beat was so hot, man.
Yes. So
This is how Drake
he's talking
feels.
about the infrastructure that's required for the AI factories in
That's
the
how-
future.
Yeah, that's how Drake feels. I didn't write it. I'm just reading it. They wrote it for me.
Someone wrote it for you.
Oh, but this is KR, a lot of power.
It's a lot of power. It's a lot.
And they're building it in China. They're building it in the US as
They're
well. It's a
building all
war.
over the place.
It's a war.
It's a race to who has the first and the biggest one.
Mhm.
If I'm not mistaken, this is a Western company. What I recall, maybe I'm wrong, guys. Let us know in the comments. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of companies that are building data centers, and there's also companies that offer. There's a whole data center infrastructure that's being built as we speak, and it's a growing business. Guys, do your research. You will find a lot of companies on the stock market that are doing this, building data centers specialized for AI, and those are growing quite fast. So do your due diligence. I'm not saying which companies you should look for, but learn how to read a company
Financial numbers,
financial
financial
statements.
reports,
Yeah.
financial reports.
And of course, understand the market, understand the sector, what makes a company choose for a particular data center builder and all that other stuff. I mean, it's a growing business. As you can see, he said it's gonna be a lot of 600 gigawatt. He said that's what we require, and right now we just have under 600 or something like that. So it's megawatts. So there's a lot of room for growth.
Mm-hmm. A lot.
Anything else from your side?
No, when I just hear the numbers, it's just baffling to me. It's a
crazy.
lot. Guys, before we proceed, remember to rate the show by pressing the like button, follow us on our socials, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification icon so you stay up to date when we drop new videos. Comment and let us know your thoughts and opinions on the topics we discuss. And of course, subscribe to our email list. Link is in the description box below.
When economy is high, there's also times where the economy go low. So there's different ways the economist gauges where we are in that up and down flow. And one of the ways to do it is like this: fair use.
So apparently we're going into a recession because men aren't tipping strippers. Historically, when discretionary entertainment spending drops, it often signals broader economic trouble ahead. And turns out strip club revenue is actually considered a somewhat good economic indicator by some analysts. And strip club revenues are currently on the decline across major markets. So we might be cooked, but not you. Because here's exactly how this recession becomes your path to millions. Right now, you need to acquire a profitable recession-proof business. Businesses that people always need. Even
sounds easy.
Anti-fragile.
Anti-fragile sounds easy. Let's try to find a business. Continue.
when the economy is bad. Like this funeral home that's already making $100,000 in profits, selling for just $440,000, which you could buy for less than 5% down with an SBA loan and some seller financing. So when the crash hits, your business keeps churning profits. But here's where the real money comes in. When there's
Actually, it probably increase in profits when people start themselves.
recession, valuations tank. This means you can use the cash you've stacked from the business you just bought to buy out your competitors for pennies on the dollar. Roll up a few of them and rise to the top when the economy rebounds. So apparently we're going into a recession because men aren't tipping strippers. Historically, when discretionary entertainment spending.
So that's it, man. Strippers are the key to knowing whether it's
They're the indicators.
Indicators, yeah.
KPIs.
Oh, KPI. Yeah. I mean, they were also the KPI that kind of made it obvious that the recession of 2008 would happen, where the mortgage failures would happen because they were giving them so many loans, and it was crazy. I was talking to someone the other day, and they were describing that whole situation back. They were living in the US, and they said, everyone was getting a loan. Not even verified, no nothing. No wonder that it blew up. Everyone in Florida was getting a loan.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that? They have
It's a bubble. Wait, it's a bubble.
It's a bubble. So, hey, guys, not saying that you should go to the strip club. Maybe this is a way to tell your wife, I'm doing market research. I'm trying to see with my own eyes how the market is doing. We're gonna become millionaires if you allow me to go to the strip. I'm not saying that that's the way you should do
If
it.
you allow me to go see Glitter and Jewel dance tonight.
I wanna see Asia. What's it? Or whatever name you want to use.
Porsche. I think
want to
some
see.
people are actually called Porsche nowadays.
Huh?
I think some people are actually called Porsche now.
Yeah, these days you can. What's the name of that girl?
Which one?
Tiger's baby mama.
Oh no.
Anyway, she used to be a stripper. There's a lot of strippers in the mainstream these days, man. But wasn't Cardi also a stripper back in the days? Yeah. Baby, I want to see Cardi. She's on
Black
tonight.
China?
The Black China, also a former stripper.
Yeah?
Yeah,
I don't
something
know.
like that. She was doing some stripping. I want to see her. She's gonna tell me the future. The future looks like
Let's go, man. Let's go. Let's keep it pushing.
Hey, yo, let's go to the next one, man. I don't know why I did that. I don't know. Let's go to the next one. This is crazy. Distressed assets. Let's take a look. Fair use.
Turned a $30,000 loan into $7 billion by buying failing businesses. Dennis Washington was 30 years old when he borrowed $30,000 from a Caterpillar dealer. He bought a single bulldozer and started doing construction work in Montana. Within just 5 years, he became the largest contractor in the entire state. He could have stayed comfortable running his construction business. Instead, he came up with a seemingly simple strategy that'll eventually make him billions. Find businesses with struggling, distressed assets that everyone's avoiding, buy them for dirt cheap, apply basic operational improvements, then use the cash flow to buy more.
Easy money.
He first tested this strategy on a worthless copper mine. The Anaconda Copper Company had shut down and no one wanted it, but Dennis acquired it for $15 million anyway. He reopened the mine, dramatically cut operating costs, and implemented new management practices. And in just 3 years, he scaled it to over $100 million in profits. With the profits, he acquired Morrison Knudsen Corporation, a global construction firm in financial trouble. He merged it with his company to create Washington Group International, grew it into one of the largest design-build construction companies in America, and sold it in 2007 for $2.6 billion. He's since diversified into real estate, marine services, aviation, and railroads. This guy turned a $30,000.
There's a lot of these gurus out here that try to tell you how to make money, but there are, if you have skills, if you can read a financial report, if you understand how to run a business, how to run processes, our processes have to be set up. You can make a lot of money. Not talking about the people sitting here talking about giving you courses about real estate and how to sell stocks. I mean, just learn a proper skill, process analyzing, and you can actually start small. You don't have to start. I mean, 30,000 loan. You can start with a small, with your own money. You know, you bootstrap one company, then you grow it. That company, that money you generate from that one, you buy a new one, you expand it. I mean, it's. I'm gonna say it's not easy, but it's easier than sitting behind a computer and listening to a mentor or whatever you want to call these guys that give you BS advice and courses. I'm telling you, RJ.
Yeah. It's the I mean, especially for entrepreneurs, right? Because this is interesting. This is not interesting for a running business. This is interesting for someone who's establishing a business, or let's say started a business, or is trying to build up a business.
You can buy up businesses if you want to buy
a business as well. But it's someone that it's Patrick Bet-David also says. So he plays a game. How fast can you double? How fast can I double from 1 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 8, 4 to, I can't count anymore. But let's say I can only count to 10, man.
10x,
8 to 10, 10 to 10. Yeah. But and that's it's a multiplication game. And it's not always a clean multiplication.
Oh,
because you want to multiply, but you have to take into account that I mean, it's not gonna go perfect, and you might lose. And there might be, so
Mhm.
how can you build an anti-fragile company?
Yes, guys, go read that book. You gotta read that book, man. It's the thing is this, right? People are very they want that easy way of making the quick buck. It's never easy. It's never a quick buck. You cannot scheme your way. You can scheme your way into 5,000. You cannot continue to scheme your way from 5,000 to 1,000,000. That doesn't work. You have to have some kind of knowledge. There's, I mean, the thing is, as soon what a red flag for me is
What?
when a teacher start talking about they didn't teach this to us. What are you talking about? That's already a red flag. You gotta teach yourself.
Yeah.
Like there's some hidden knowledge. There's never a hidden knowledge. It's that you didn't want to learn.
You didn't look for it.
You
or
didn't
didn't-
look for it. Then they start with this is what they didn't want to teach to us. Money. Sorry. My bad, guys. Who are you fooling?
Yeah.
This is that those tactics they use on these platforms. But guys, just read books, learn research books. Maybe we should create a list of books that help people, and
Yeah, we should.
put it in put it behind a paywall. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding.
Put a list behind the
Put-
paywall. Not even a whole book.
It's a book. Don't put a book. Yeah, put the list behind the paywall. Good luck. Pay $2 to find it. No, I'm just kidding, guys. We're gonna put up a list of interesting books that we think could always help people. And reading books is important. I mean, even when you're investing, these guys make courses. It's all nice and dandy, but you need to learn the fundamentals on how to invest in stocks, and you need to read books to do that. You cannot learn that from a person who's gonna teach you a scheme, because usually these courses are schemes. They're not fundamentals.
Yeah.
They're not fundamentals.
Yeah.
And by the way, you cannot learn to make millions in 5 minutes or 10 minutes or with a 1 hour course. It takes time. There is a rule, the 10,000 hour rule. You know that one where it takes
You have to
10,000
put 10,000
master?
hour in order to get let's say to master something.
Yes. It's true. I have seen it. I've had it happen to me. So in order to master something, the earlier you start trying to master it, the earlier that's it. The earlier you start practicing and trying to learn and improve, the earlier you master it. And it takes about maybe not the full 10,000. Some people can do it in 8, but it still will take time.
Yeah.
So that whole 5 minutes, let me watch this course and I can start a business tomorrow. It's not gonna work.
Doesn't work like that.
Doesn't work like that. Okay, let's go to the next one, man. 27 million per location. You see the capital, how big it is?
Per location.
Per location. This is how big that money is, You can fill up your eyeballs. Fair use.
Tai Fung is now #1 in America for sales per restaurant by far. One Din Tai Fung does the same sales as 2 Cheesecake Factories, 5 Benihanas, or 6 Olive Garden. Chick-fil-A has the highest fast food sales per restaurant. Din Tai Fung does 4 times as much. What about really expensive fancy restaurants? Nobu does $10 million per location. Din Tai Fung does almost 3 times that much. We could only find 14 restaurants in America with more sales than the average Din Tai Fung. And those 14 restaurants are all one-offs. They're like fancy restaurants with Michelin stars. How are they putting up numbers that will make Wendy's blush? They're doing it with the number 18. That's not just for good luck. It's actually a highly strategic detail driving the chain's success. Din Tai Fung.
What's the 18?
I have no idea. 18 is maybe a lucky number. I have no idea, but hey, I mean, there's a lot of people always look at the obvious companies, but if you want to make money, you have to look further than that. Apparently, Din Tai Fung is one of the companies that make more than if you start a franchise. We will rather. I don't know if Din Tai Fung has franchises, but if they do, I would think probably better to start this one than any other franchise there is out there.
Yeah.
Stuff like this, it's small. It's research, but or you just run into it and then you just start doing the research. What do they do? What do they sell? It's all part of becoming a entrepreneur or making money.
Yeah.
Or maybe you can look at what, going back, reverse benchmarking, which we talked about. What do they do very well? What do they do very bad?
Very bad, and work on the bad, very bad.
And you start on that. Life is sometimes easier than you think. This one is a bit crazy one. 4 ways to say greedy.
Okay.
Fair use.
Better ways or worse ways to say greedy. Number 1, niggardly. Niggardly. He's a niggardly old bachelor. Number 2, parsimonious.
No.
Parsimonious. I found him quite parsimonious in character. Number 3, miserly.
Miserly.
Miserly. She was a miserly woman, ungenerous to the last. Number 4, esurient.
Look at the comment.
Esurient.
Esurient.
She's
Yo,
esurient
look at the first
and
one.
calculating.
The second one.
There are 4 better ways or worse ways to say greedy.
Greedy.
Number 1, niggardly.
Come on.
Niggardly.
Look at the second
He's a
one.
niggardly old bachelor.
Second comment.
Number
I'm talking
2,
about.
parsimonious.
This is what happens. Sir. When you start doing things like this, you're basically you're begging people to say things like that. Man. Come on.
Yeah, that is true though. But I mean, what you said is true. That
Yeah.
hey man, this is crazy. Look at his face. hey. But those are the words. So what do you want me to do, guys? Those are this guy. I follow him for a very long time. He does kind of the old English, different ways to use certain words.
It's like this is
it's
the
not- he's not
1600
trolling.
English. This one is a 1600.
But this is probably 600. They don't use this anymore. So he's pulling out this one out.
Not
out
like
of the,
this.
Not like this.
Not with
no,
a hard
no. Oh man, is this the origin of it all? Was there someone greedy in the in the bloodline where it's all started? Anyway, let's go for the last one for today, man. And well, you tell me if this is something. Can you redeem this? Take a look. Fair use.
So the proposal is we go to Bill Gates and say, you got 100 billion. Out of the 100 billion, you give 50 billion to us in trust to be given to you in your next life when we find you. We form a trust management company. So this will be the world's first inter-life reincarnation trust management. Okay.
I think if we do little more research and establish the authority,
we can do that.
It is possible.
Yeah. So the proposal is we go to Bill Gates and say, you got 100 billion. Out of the 100 billion, you give 50 billion to us in trust to be given to you in your next life when we find you. We form a trust management company. So this will be the world's first inter-life reincarnation trust management. Okay.
I think if we do little more research and establish the authority,
we can do that.
It is possible.
Yeah. So the proposal.
Look at this comment right here.
The first one, it's fake, guys. I gave these people $2 billion in my previous life. They haven't returned it.
Hey man, hey, sometimes, this is a joke, of course, but sometimes people really think this and then they put it into play, and there are some people that fall for it.
I think so too.
It's a scam. It's a scam, but hey, people can't help it to do stuff like this.
Yeah. All right. Hey, guys, with that being said, if you're still here with us, you're a real one. Remember to rate the show by pressing the like button. Follow us on our other social. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification icon so you stay up to date when we drop new videos. Share your thoughts and opinions with us so we can engage with each other. And last but not least, subscribe to the newsletter. Link in the description box.
Guys, the upcoming weeks, we have a special set up for you. We have a special couple of special shows, and after that, we're gonna start the new year with some new, different concepts. So we hope to, that you look forward to them.
Yeah.
And we hope also to deliver for you guys.
Yeah.
So
It's
stay
been great.
tuned.
This has been a great setup. Let us know, guys, how you like it. This setup. It's not new because this is just a temporary one. But yeah, we do appreciate your support, especially the day ones. We'll see each other in the next one, guys. Until next time. Peace.